wood-fired pizza in the island city of Sebula. Today on PSL, a place called Bonfire Pizzeria. Brian is going to show us this unique experience. And dinner's on the table in our PSL kitchen. When was the last time you all sat down together as a family? Ideas on making it easier. Plus, the Galena tour of homes. And it's all on this Thursday. Beautiful day, September 27th on Paula Sands Live. All right, my first guest today has brought history to life with his grandmother's journals from the 1930s put together in this book, Grandma Effie's Great Depression Diary. Michael Martin is here, along with his wife, Jane Reinhardt Martin, who you'll remember from just a few years ago here on PSL, who she joined us as a regular. And now you two are like teamed up on historic journaling.
We have. We've gotten together, and she was going through my, I did the family genealogy. And I had a big box of photos sitting, obviously, in the way one day. And she decided she was going to kind of paw through them, and lo and behold, she came across my grandma's Great Depression Diary.
They called them day books then.
They did.
Now, Jane, when you looked at this and you opened it up and you started reading, starts in 1933.
Right.
What made you think,
December 31st, 1933.
You thought this is amazing.
I did. I thought it was amazing. Her handwriting is amazing, and the history that was involved in it. And as I kept reading it, and I read it several times, I could just see that she didn't complain that much. This was 4 years after the Depression started, and only a few times did she complain. There was such hope in her writing.
Well, you transcribed all of this into this book, and I have to tell you, I read it all day yesterday. I mean, it's not a long read, but this is in this, and it is a personal story. First of all, who doesn't want to read somebody else's diary, right?
Right, and this was in Kewanee, Illinois, so very local.
Kewanee, yes.
Yeah.
We have some pictures we're going to share because you kind of tell this whole story of your family. So this is their wedding photo, your grandma and grandpa.
That would be 1910.
In 1910. And these were people really not of means.
Right, they were just regular workaday people. They weren't farmers. They weren't they were just regular folks. My grandfather was a Kewanee Boilermaker, and he pounded rivets right up to the day he died, actually.
And it all started in this house. This is how the house looks now in Kewanee.
That is correct. Yeah, this was the house when she started the diary in 1933. This is the house that they were living in at the time, and they did lose it. It did get foreclosed in 1935.
Yes, it did.
Well, why do you think, Michael, I'll have you answer this question first. Why do you think anybody would want to read the story of this family and your grandma Effie? Why would they want to read this?
Well, I think that it speaks nowadays to people coming together, and kind of harkens back to a time where folks would help each other out. And also then, there's some folks out there that are going through hard times. And I think that we need to be coming together as a society. We need to try to find those values that we had back in the day.
To see what people went through then.
Oh, yeah.
She talks about, President Roosevelt's New Deal.
Yes.
And Jane, she has some recipes in the back. Basic lemon milk sherbet, which you brought in for us today.
I did, and it just shows how simple these recipes work, because this recipe is just 3/4 cup sugar, 2 cups milk. She had just a dash of salt, and then you added a 1/2 cup of lemon juice.
Lemon juice,
and you could use any kind of,
All right, here we go.
You gotta try.
You could try it. And then what you do is you mix it together and you stir it every half hour. Put it in the freezer. That's it. No machine.
It's so tasty.
No fancy, no preservatives.
It is totally tasty. And you know what? I'm just amazed when I read this about how every week she washed all the curtains in the house. I mean, women worked so hard then.
They were, and they had 4 children that they had, and their youngest was 3. So when she started the diary, she had a 3-year-old, an 8-year-old, she had a 19-year-old, and a 20-year-old.
Well, and they were
amazing.
in their 40s too, so they weren't kids in the Depression. They were well off in life, age-wise, and so the idea that they had to confront this kind of situation at their stage with these young kids, even makes it tougher.
Well, I want to encourage anybody, if you've ever seen anything like this in the attic of any of your homes, the day book, the record here, this is family history, and really it's history for all of us, and it's local too, because Kewanee, in our area here. You two are going to be signing the book, Miss Effie's Great Depression Diary, Grandma Effie's, this weekend, Saturday, 11 to 2 at the Book Rack in Moline, and you can look up greatdepressiondiary.wordpress.com. And let's leave with this. Is there anything, do you have any other grandparents whose diaries you'd like to publish?
No, unfortunately,
No.
all my grandparents are gone. But we do want to say to the community out there that we'd be happy to come out there, talk about the diary. We can use this as a fundraiser for groups that might be trying to make some money for themselves.
Genealogy is a really hot thing right now, so yeah. Thank you both so much, Jane.
Thank
Come back
you.
soon with
Yes.
more flaxseed information as updated for 2012. Good to see you both. Thank you so much. All right, from the Great Depression to homes that are much older than that. A tour of homes in historic Galena, one of the most popular home tours in our area this weekend, coming up next on PSL.